Hey everybody, it's Tiffany from Coulter's Workshop, and today I'm going to be doing a video about keto foods, and Amy's going to be hanging out back there on the couch because she is attached to my hip. So I did a video a while ago where I showed how to make the cauliflower crust pizza, and I said in that video that I personally don't really agree with keto, but my boyfriend finds that keto works really well for him and for his body. So I thought that it would be a good idea, especially right now while we're all on lockdown or we're in isolation. Some things are a little bit hard to come by, so I wanted to share a lot of the foods that make my life easier, because if you do keto or if you are the main person in your home that does the cooking, so in our house that's me, I do all the cooking. I also do the grocery shopping too, but now that we're home together, it's 3 meals a day instead of 2, so I am finding it a lot. If you've done keto before, you know that there's a lot of pots, like a lot of pots and pans every single time that you cook, and everything that you make has to be like homemade or some sort of alternative. So I'm not gonna go ahead and show all the things that we eat and say, like, you know, nuts are keto and lettuce is keto and all this kind of stuff, because if you're doing keto or if you cook for someone who's doing keto, you already know what is. But the first time that we did keto together, or the first time that Evan did keto and I tried to be supportive, I found it really hard because I knew all of the things that you could have, so meats and nuts and cheese and that kind of thing, but I didn't know what items were available to make my life easier. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And I also kind of want to share some more like meal ideas or things that I like to make for snacks and stuff like that. I'm also really big on making like different kinds of keto coffee or keto lattes and things like that, so I might share a video about that too. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Canadian, so that automatically makes it a lot harder to find things that are I guess like healthy or things that are alternatives. In the States, y'all have Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and stuff like that, and we don't have that here. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is probably the most important, and it's Carb Quick. The packaging looks like this. I think they could probably do a slightly better job at the packaging in my opinion, but I get this on a website called lowcarbcanada.ca. And I'm sure you can find it other places too. Maybe you can get it on Amazon, but for me here, I can't. So that's the only place that I can get it. It is kind of expensive. This box is 1.36 kilograms, and this runs me about $20, but you can use this for anything. So basically, if you're used to having a lot of carbs in your life and you like to use Bisquick, this is basically anything that you can do with Bisquick you can make with Carb Quick. And they actually have some helpful recipes on the back. You can make waffles with them. You can make a pizza crust with them, with this as well. I personally have not tried that, only because this is kind of expensive. I like to try to use this for things that I don't have other alternatives for. So because I am happy with the cauliflower pizza crust that I finally nailed after years of trying, I find that I don't need to make it any other way. So for this, I like to make regular biscuits that you can put peanut butter on or whatever you'd like. You can kind of use them for like dipping in soup and things like that. I make cheddar biscuits, which are sort of like the Red Lobster knockoffs, except obviously not nearly as good as the Red Lobster ones. But you can make little cheddar biscuits. I make waffles with this. We actually had waffles today. So I really like that for those kinds of things, because I feel like you can easily find recipes for like keto soups, but then if you want to have like a little bun that you would normally dip in your soup, like, where do you get that? So I make that with this, and that's just sort of a really quick side that you can make. Or if you get really sick of having eggs every morning for breakfast, this is really nice just to have something different, and everything always comes out really well, and it's always really quick too. Now, speaking of waffles, low carb syrup because you can use this for a lot of different baking. I make mug cakes with almond flour and things like that. So that's kind of nice. Or you can put this like in your coffee if you want a sweetener and you don't have any like fancy coffee syrups or anything like that. So this I'm mentioning only because I feel like everyone knows about Walden Farms, the brand. They have salad dressings and pancake syrups and all that kind of stuff. And you can also get their products on the Low Carb Canada website as well. This is not sponsored, but if you do want to sponsor me, hit a girl up. So those are good. Like, it is a really nice pancake syrup that they make, and they have different flavors too, but it is a little bit more expensive, and your girl likes waffles. So when I make the keto waffles, we kind of go through a lot of the syrup. So I actually get these on Amazon. This is just the no sugar added Mrs. Butterworth. You can actually probably find this in a regular grocery store. I have never seen it though, so in the States you probably can get it. But I got this on Amazon in a 2-pack for about $4, which is a lot cheaper than the Walden Farms. Walden Farms runs, for a bottle smaller than this, it's about like $8 or $9. So that's the reason that I've been getting this instead. So I do get that on Amazon. Now, Costco is a great place. If you don't have a Costco membership and you're doing keto, or someone in your family is doing keto, highly recommend it. I know, like, we're only 2 people, so a lot of times people are surprised that we bother shopping at Costco because of getting things in bulk, but the price, you just really can't beat it. So Evan drinks protein powder that's keto that we get there, and there's some pre-made shakes. Oh, I should have grabbed them. There's some pre-made like little chocolate protein shakes that are perfect for on the go, or if you're at the gym or going to work or something like that. And those are a really great price there, as well as the almond flour. You can't beat the price of it. It's $18 for a bag, and I use that for pretty much all of my keto baking if I'm not using the Carb Quick. And then of course getting nuts and things like that there is just unbelievably cheap. So the last time that I was at keto, I found these, which are called egg thins, and they're supposed to be egg and cauliflower crepes. So these say that they're gluten-free, paleo-friendly, keto, and also ready to eat already. So you can eat them at the temperature they're at. I store them in the fridge, but I've been putting mine just really low on a frying pan just to kind of give it a little bit of warmth. And then I've been putting a little bit of peanut butter, or if you want to put cocoa powder and cinnamon, like a little sprinkling of it in there, and you can roll them up and eat them like a crepe. Or you can also use this as a wrap, so you could put chicken and cheese and avocado and just load it up like a taco. And you get 12 of these in here, but you actually get 2 packages of these at Costco. And these were regular $8.99, but they were $3 off, so I thought that was pretty good. And I'm glad I picked them up because, you know, Costco, sometimes they have things and sometimes they don't. It's just always really hit and miss. So the next thing that we're going to talk about for quick foods is the brand Tuttle. And the logo looks like this. So this is the Shirataki Rice shape. It's organic. In this little packet, it comes with 2 pouches of rice in there. So one of the little pouches in here does the 2 of us for dinner if we're making like a stir fry or something like that. It doesn't really taste like rice. It's in the shape of rice, but it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't really taste like anything, to be honest. It doesn't have an odor. So that's actually kind of nice. You can use that in your favor, that it doesn't really have a flavor, because you can use whatever spices or things like that to make it taste how you want. So I normally do tofu and broccoli, and I actually, most of the time, I use cauliflower rice, which I used to make by myself. So I used to just run cauliflower through the food processor and fry it. But now I actually buy at Costco, you can get a great big bag of riced cauliflower that comes with 4 pouches inside of it, and that's the best value to get it pre-made at the grocery store. So I use that most of the time, but then every once in a while it's kind of nice to have something different, just a different texture, things like that. So I really like this for stir fries, and this is really quick as well. The key is just making your life easier while you're on keto. Just some of the meals and some of the desserts and things like that, they just take so long, and you don't have time to do that. So the next product that's also from the same company, Zero Oodle, is the mung bean noodle. So you can get this in the spaghetti or the fettuccine. This is the fettuccine one. And they have quite a few different ones in their like dry pasta. You can get like black bean ones. This is the mung bean one. Not all of them are keto though. They're all of course low carb. Like any of them are lower carb than a normal noodle would be. But this one is the best choice if you're actually, if you're buying this just to be gluten-free or to be like, you know, slightly healthier option kind of thing, you can try any of them. But the mung bean ones are keto friendly. They have 3 net grams of carbs per one serving, which is a quarter of a package. So this is usually about like $5 or $6, but it can last us 2 dinners. So like if you're feeding a family of 4, this would be one meal kind of thing. And these are really good. So the nice thing about these is that you cook them the same way that you would cook regular spaghetti. So instead of taking like 7 minutes to boil, it only takes about 3 minutes. So it's super quick. And I just, you know, rinse them off really quick in a strainer. And then you can put any type of sauce that you want. So if you want to make a sauce, or if you have like some sort of low carb option pre-made, that's usually what I go for. Just dump that on. You can put veggies in with it. Do whatever you'd like. So I really like this. We eat this quite often. I would say like maybe not necessarily once a week, but like at least every other week we have some sort of pasta for dinner. And that goes for when we're not on keto too, because that's sort of straight up my alley. It's really quick. You can make lots for leftovers. You can put it in the fridge, keeps for a couple days, have it again. So I think anything that I can make once and the time that I'm taking to make dinner lasts me multiple nights is perfect. That's so helpful. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is coffee. So the first thing that we're going to address is that I came across this at Costco for the first time ever. I hadn't seen it before, so maybe they always sell this or maybe it's new. I have no idea. But this is the Starbucks iced coffee, and it's just the medium roast, and it's unsweetened. So there's nothing else added to it, no sugar, no flavor or anything like that. And this container is quite big, and you actually get 2 of these containers in a package for $10. So it does say on the packaging that this is supposed to provide about 4 cups of coffee, but we actually get 6 out of this. So I don't know if that's based on like a really large glass, but I usually pour this into mason jars. And this is just super handy. So I purchased this for the first time about a month ago, and I just bought the 1 package just to try it. And I realized that because you get 6, for us at least, we get 6 coffees out of 1, and because you get 2 jugs in the pack, that I'm getting 12 Starbucks coffees for $10, which is an absolute deal, considering that if you were to go to Starbucks and get an iced coffee, it would run you about $5 or $6 anyway. So the next time I went back to Costco, I stocked up and I bought a bunch of these. So it's kind of annoying because they need to be refrigerated, so they're in our fridge right now. But because, you know, we're home, we're working from home, both of us, so it's kind of nice to have like our warm coffee in the morning with breakfast to start our day, and then usually in the afternoon we make up some little iced coffees, and that's just a nice little treat, especially because the weather is getting warmer and things like that. And I feel like it also makes you have that break, right? Like while you're working from home, so you remember to get up and have a break, how you would normally if you were at work. So speaking of coffee, I mentioned earlier about using like pancake syrup as a little sweetener in coffee, but this brand right here, what is this? Davinci Gourmet, sugar-free syrups, they have a ton of different kinds of syrups, and I actually ordered this on Low Carb Canada. If you can't tell, I get most of my keto stuff either from Costco or Low Carb Canada. I did try looking on Amazon for syrup, but I wasn't really impressed with the selection that I could get or the prices. But these from Low Carb Canada are quite large. This is 25 ounces, and you can get the pumps for them too, or you can get it without the pump, but the pump is only $1.99, so I ended up getting that. This is the pumpkin pie flavor because you know, it makes sense that I would order a pumpkin syrup in April. So I wanted to just get one of the syrups just to give it a try, just in case I didn't like it or something. So I thought, out of all the flavors they had, and they had quite a lot on the website, probably like 20 different flavors, I thought pumpkin would be the one that I would probably like the most, so I gave that one a try. I forget how much I paid for this. I think it was about $12.99 for the bottle, and I think on Amazon a couple of the other brands were going for like $15 to $18, which, I mean, I don't think that's that bad really, especially $12.99, because this is going to last me a long time. Like, I have made a lot of drinks with this, and that's how much I've used. I've like just started to hit the actual bottle part, because you just put one pump in. So this has 0 carbs, 0 sugar, pretty much 0 everything. I don't know even what's in this to make it taste good, but it tastes great. And I actually, when I was making waffles earlier with the Carb Quick Mix, I actually put a pump of that in, just to kind of give them a slightly different flavor. But if you don't have a fancy syrup, you can use vanilla, because that's actually keto friendly. So you can put a little splash of that in your coffee and mix it in just to give it a nicer taste. But yeah, they do have a ton of other flavors though, so I highly recommend checking out this brand, Davinci, because you can use it for baking or in your coffees and teas and stuff like that. I really want to get the hazelnut one next because I think that would be really good. But yeah, so that's all of the like quick things to make your life easier during the epidemic that's going on right now, and I really hope that everyone is staying safe. But if you have any questions about cooking for someone that's doing keto, I've been doing it for a long time, so I feel like I do have a lot of other tips and tricks, and I might do some more videos on me actually cooking or things that we eat in a day and stuff. So if you would like to see that, you can leave a comment down below or hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for future videos. And all of my social media links are always listed down below. I do post to Instagram the most often, so if you'd like to follow me, follow my account there to see what I'm up to on a more daily basis, you can go ahead and do that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.